stars, and my tail fire that's a Charizard. Then we aim higher than the Taj Mahal.
Okay, so we got some peeps in here. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, so we gotta recognize Beanie was first. Okay, so she gets the shout out. Brian Lopes in here. We got Lee. We got Scott. That's you, Josh. That's okay. Lee. You got Edu in the chat. All right, we appreciate y'all. Yippee! Yeah, for real. Now, Josh, we got so much we want to talk about. We got so much we want to geek over. We should focus our thoughts specifically on chapter 102.
Yeah.
So, I read it. I know you read it. I really want you to kick off and just tell me, like, what did you love? Start off with what you loved about it. Let's start off on a positive note.
Okay. Okay, look, actually, no. I'm gonna start with the negative stuff. The negative stuff is there's nothing. So there you go.
Okay, I would disagree with that. Okay, so if you want to start off with negative.
Well, there are like critiques, but I don't.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't view critiques as Sometimes I don't think the critiques are necessarily like a negative thing. It could mean actually something positive going forward.
I thought there was like a major issue with it.
Okay.
So so I'm gonna say that for later.
Okay. Sure. Cool. All right. So let me, because I have the chapter right here again. I read it about, I want to say like 3 hours ago as well. Again. First thing. So
Brian Lopes says I have one negative. Interesting.
You have one negative as well? Okay, cool.
Okay, sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
No worries. First thing I liked about this chapter, Mike, was that most of the community thought we were just getting Gohan to Planet Beerus, but we ended up getting. I do have one negative. I'm sorry.
What was that negative?
Okay. I'll talk about it in a sec. I'll lead to that.
Okay. We'll talk negatives later. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Gohan comes to the planet. We all expected that, I think. Whether he was going to actually spar with Goku or he was just going to go there and people thought he was going to teach Broly how to control his ki. I personally didn't get that like vibe at all. I actually don't think that makes much sense personally. I think Broly's best teacher would be Vegeta. It wouldn't be Gohan. Yeah. So I don't understand where that came from.
Vegeta is the perfect guy.
Yeah, for train Broly. And then Goten and Trunks coming was really, really cool. Now, I'm just gonna, you know what, Mike? I'm just gonna go quickly into the negative because it's the only thing I really have. It's
okay. I think we're gonna align, but let's see.
Okay, so my biggest issue is, so we head into this chapter, and Goku being Goku. Oh, I sense your ki. You're really strong. Let's fight, whatever. And Vegeta. So actually, one of my favorite lines is, Trunks, did you prove yourself useful as well? And then Trunks kind of just there like, yeah, me and Goten, we did our thing. And you know what's funny about this?
What?
Is that Gohan kind of looks and is like, combo moves.
Yo, he called them out.
He called them out, bro. He called them out. It was so funny. It was actually really, really cool. And then we get the sparring match with like Trunks and Goten versus Gohan before we get the thing we're going to talk about a lot later is the Gohan versus Goku fight. And the part I did not like about this chapter is Goten and Trunks fusing into fat Gotenks. What is going on?
That was my primary issue. Was that
what is happening?
Look, Josh, one thing I read was that, like, okay, we saw at the end of Superhero them successfully do a fusion. They say they've been working on doing the fusion.
Yeah.
How did they mess it up? Like, what, under the pressure? Maybe because clearly they're still children. Like, that was one thing that kind of sucked, is that it felt like also Goten and Trunks they didn't feel like they progressed at all. They're still just base Super Saiyan. Like, they're going all out in a thing in a sparring match against Gohan, and all they got's base Super Saiyan. So that alone was like, really? really?
Yeah,
Like
that's what you
them at
have.
teen right now should be like, I mean, let's be honest. Who was the best teen? We already know who it was. It was our boy Gohan, our Lord and Savior. Okay, so I mean, it's a lot to live up to, you know,
Yeah.
But uh, I was a little disappointed that they showed up in like their geeky outfit, not geeky, but like their childish thing. Like they just feel like they're teens, but they're still the same kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In so many ways. And to me, that felt like it underdelivered. And for them to not ultimately fuse properly at the end was the ultimate, like, just slap
Yo,
in the
like,
face.
okay, like we see it in the movie, right? And then we see it again in the manga if you read it, and it's just like, okay, like whatever, they redid the movie and the manga, and then we're just like, okay, this gag is like, it's over, bro. Like, what's happening?
Oh
Like
my
I
gosh.
I just
I
don't
know.
get it.
Sorry, we got to
Uh,
address Brian in the chat. So he said, same. That was my negative. And then he said, I hated that. He said, Walmart, say a man outfit.
True, true.
So
Lisa,
good.
something pretty interesting too. We'll get to it a bit more later,
Okay.
but I'll just say real quick. I can't think of anything bad. Even the artwork was absolutely fire. Weren't the red ribbon guys in the car still? And they weren't in Whis' shield at the end. So like those red ribbon guys should just be dust now. Yeah. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
after.
That was
So,
my other negative.
oh, the red ribbon. Oh, bringing
Goku,
them.
like,
Oh,
come. Another moment, bro. Come on. Like, you know the red ribbon army, like we know the red ribbon army,
yeah.
but who knows,
I
maybe
mean,
we're just so familiar with them. We won't
yeah. I mean,
comment too much
we work
further
for
on that, but
yeah, we work for red ribbon. I mean,
Josh, no,
yeah.
we can't yeah,
Oh, yeah. I
so
mean, yeah.
anyways, yeah, so a lot to like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one thing. Again, Goku just being stupid, so
Mhm.
that was really annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, like, yeah, you're right. It was really cool to see Trunks and Gohan and of course Goten as well. He exists. So yeah, it was it was cool to see them
No
on
way,
that
bro.
planet. Like it's been such a private space, and so
Yeah.
it'd be cool to see if, like, hey, you know what? Maybe Goten and Trunks haven't progressed much, but maybe now for some reason they'll get training up there. Like I don't know, and maybe
So
they spark up.
I have a theory about that.
Okay, I want to hear it. Cook for me.
Yeah.
Cook
You
for
want me to
me.
go do that now?
I want you to go right now, bro.
Okay. I think we're gonna get some bullshit power up soon, and I
No.
think Trunks and Goten will be Super Saiyan gods. And the reason why I say that is because there are 5 pure-hearted Saiyans on planet Beerus now to do the ritual. There's Goten, Trunks, Broly, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta. There's 6. So you do the ritual with 5. So they'll do it to get Goten up, and then they'll do it to get Trunks up, and then they'll become Super Saiyan gods. It's gonna happen. I'm pretty certain this is happening, dude. I think it's happening.
Okay, so
I,
clearly we're gonna have to let corporate know about this. But
yeah,
that's
we
just
have
for
to.
later. That's just for later. Dude, that is the best theory I've ever heard in my life. That makes so much sense. I to the degree that I fully support that idea in theory. Like I can't see it any other way. I think
Yeah, and the only reason why I support it, so Brian here says Goku would say they aren't ready for that kind of power, but I mean, you could also say that Goku wasn't ready for that power either. I mean, which Saiyan in general was ready for God Ki? None. No one was. And if we're gonna be technical here, Goten and Trunks fusing to Gotenks can be Super Saiyan 3, which is relative to Super Saiyan 3 Goku that fought Beerus before he went to Super Saiyan God. So it actually does make sense in if we're scaling it that way.
and here let's be completely honest, okay? What is it going to do? Without them without transcending into any Super Saiyan form, just base level Goten and Trunks
Yeah.
are enough to wipe out armies and entire civilizations. They could, like, if they wanted to go bad and none of the Z fighters could do anything about it, they could destroy the planet. That's not like their power is, or not they're smart enough. What is it gonna do if they can just go realistically red hair and then joke around every once in a while about them being gods? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, that would be so cool.
And I think, okay, so here's the thing now. My theory kind of goes to crazy amounts now. So we have a couple of people in chat here. I just want to just briefly say I'm just going to do like a TLDR about my theory. But I think that so here are some of my like mid swings, which is like things that I think could happen, but it's still kind of up in the air. I think Cooler will finally be canon in the Black Frieza arc or saga. I'm actually hoping for it to be a saga more than an arc, because I genuinely would like 3 to 4 chapters where we do not see any of the Z fighters, but we see Frieza recruiting his members. I would love to see Frieza's perspective of what's happening. Just because, I mean, he's such an interesting and like cool character in general. Frieza's always been a cool character. Every time he's on the screen, every time he's on a panel, it's very
so captivating.
Very captivating. And I think now that with Goten and Trunks in this mix, it really kind of makes things a bit more difficult. But I do think if they are involved, their endgame fight will rely on them to go fusion, but perfected. So it would be like a Gotenk Super Saiyan God, which would be pretty insane. So let's just put this into perspective. We would have all the Saiyans versus Frieza's race, which narratively it would actually be very actually very beautiful, because it's Frieza's race who, you know, took the Saiyans into slavery, or not slavery. It was more like, well, they kind of were slaves, but not slavery. That's completely different.
They're
but
gonna have an army of Saiyans
that are versus
going
Frieza.
to go take down, dude. It is going to be Dragon Ball Z starts off basically in its biggest way with Frieza. In its biggest way with Frieza. There's a lot of great moments it builds up through the Saiyan saga. We all know how great that stuff was, okay?
Yeah.
But Frieza's the guy. And for it to now be this thing where it started with him destroying their planets and ends with him just like ending him and his brother and their legacy and anything that's left of them. Like that would be a whole 1 or 360. I don't know what I don't know. You pick it. I don't know what's the right one on that one.
So Brian says here, replying to Lee, says, well, the ritual is only temporary anyway, and at least that's what was stated to be, so they'll still have to train that power. Fair. So my theory for that, Brian, is if they both go Super Saiyan God through the ritual, Goku mentions in Res of F arc that the manifestation helped him to train to Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue. What I think will eventually happen is them fusing to Gotenks. They'll get to... since Gotenks is a lot stronger than both of them individually, since both of them have manifested that Super Saiyan God power individually, and since their ki is a lot stronger together, they will be able to reach that Super Saiyan God level only in Gotenks form starting off. And then later on, once they progressively get stronger individually, they will become Super Saiyan Gods by themselves that will be able to fuse into Gotenks, and maybe eventually even have a Super Saiyan Blue Gotenks later down the line. Maybe when they're in like their 20s, like early 20s, that'd be cool.
Yo, what if okay, hold on. What if Dragon Ball ends up building up into this, like, now we have almost like Game of Thrones, like the god, like every Saiyan is a god, and whenever someone wants to come and start beef, it's armies on armies, almost like armies. So like you have like Pan and Bulla are gods, and Goku maybe, and Vegeta I don't know what's going on with them. They probably won't be. They probably will. I don't know what's going to happen with them.
No, I think they'll still be involved. I want to see. I mean, the one I really want to see, you know, progressively get stronger is Pan now.
Bro, wait, so yeah, Gohan would get God as well then.
Why? No, he wouldn't go Super Saiyan God.
Why not?
Why would he go Super Saiyan God? Beast is stronger.
But
Beast is stronger than Super Saiyan Blue. There's no reason for he's a.
I lost you.
Okay.
Oh no, you're good.
Gohan got perfected Super Saiyan.
One second. Okay, you're back. You're good.
Sorry. Ever since Gohan got perfected Super Saiyan, which is when him and Goku come out of the hyperbolic time chamber and are able to stay in the Super Saiyan state, that's perfected Super Saiyan. That means they don't actually use much stamina while being in that form. Ever since then, he consistently changes course now in the way he in comparison to the other Saiyans. So even though Vegeta now is in this new form ever since he went Evo and then into Ultra Ego, Gohan is the first Saiyan to start this new branch of things, and that was with Ultimate Gohan. And when Ultimate Gohan came out, we were like, so what's happening now? Because it's stronger than Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 3 has more flaws than good than anything else. So where's Gohan lead it to next? Does he just power up in Ultimate and then just get stronger in Ultimate? Is that his end goal? But now we have Beast. So I think eventually, I don't know if Gohan will get a new form, but I think Beast now, it's at least we see in this chapter, I mean, we don't see much of it yet, but I guess it's fair to say he's at least equal or close to equal to Mastered Ultra Instinct. And this is a Mastered Ultra Instinct that's completely different than the one we see in the Moral and Granola arc, which I think we'll talk about a little bit later. But I want to talk about how Mastered Ultra Instinct is literally confirmed, like I've been saying, stronger than True Ultra Instinct.
Yep. I do want to recognize the super chat in the chat. We got Edu Costa sending over a few bucks there. Really appreciate that. Edu, since the beginning, been in the chats, commenting. Yes. Like basically like a cheers out to you. Thank you so much. We got some comments in the chat. I think we should get to some of those as well. So
Lee said something a bit earlier that we didn't get. He said, I think Goku will let them do it, but Vegeta would tell Trunks not to take a shortcut. I think they're referring to when I was talking about how they would do the rituals for them to become Super Saiyan gods.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty in line with both of their characters, Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta would kind of be like kind of pissed off that, Trunks took this bit of a shortcut. So I do agree with that.
And ultimately, like, I think Gohan has his own path, but Trunks and Goten could end up serving to be more of the like literal like Goku versus Vegeta down the line.
Yeah.
When maybe Goku has to go fulfill and Vegeta have to go fulfill some like godly duties. You know what I mean? Like they might just be gone. They might end up just being gone as characters or like barely ever there. And I could totally see it being like years down the line where you have Bulla and Pan as like these dope Saiyan warriors and they're coming up and they're the kids, but then you have like that rivalry between Goten and Trunks that gives you that. And we're going to see like Trunks in the air with the Gallic gun charging up and Goten at the ground just powering up a Kamehameha. Bro. So
it's cool that you say that just quickly. There's a game Dokkan, right? And there's actually, I believe it's Dokkan. Is it Dokkan or Legends? But Bulla has a character where she's actually charging up a Gallic gun, and it's so badass. I'm like, bro, we need Bulla and Pan to be involved eventually. Like, I don't care. That'd be so cool. Like Bulla and Pan being more. I mean, I know Bulla's a lot younger right now, but especially Pan at the moment, dude. Like, I need Pan to, and Pan might even use like Special Beam Cannon too, because now she's being trained by Piccolo. So maybe she's going that route, but she'll still use a Kamehameha here and there too.
Yo, maybe is it possible that it's related to Piccolo's training for some reason?
I don't think so, because in the end of the Super arc, Mike, do you remember when Piccolo was like, "Oh, how did you learn how to do that, the Special Beam Cannon?" And then he's like, "Well, I've been practicing like." By myself and stuff like that. And Pickle's like, what? Like, what the hell? Because he remember, he's like, oh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So I think it's something you can practice. Again, it's one of the strongest ki blasts in all of Dragon Ball. The issue with it is the charge up time. It's like, that's why the Kamehameha is always very efficient, because you can charge up quick. Yeah.
So, but why is that the case? Like, why can we not like create a Special Beam Cannon where he just like more efficiently shoots it off? Like, there's got to be better ways to do this.
I think the reason why is because it requires focus. Because it's a condensed ki blast, it's something that's very small but very powerful. Whereas the Kamehameha is a lot more broad and more wide, so you can kind of just like spread it open like that, Whereas like the Makanko Suppo is just literally like two fingers being used to charge it.
Especially so like a very super small Kamehameha, it's like massive.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I can totally see what you're saying. Like, to have to concentrate it that much. We got
Exactly,
another
yeah.
couple super chats over here. We got It's a Bene with $25. My goodness, thank you guys so much. You guys are crazy.
Thank you. That's
Um,
insane. Woot woot! I like the what is that a 64? No, not a 64.
Super
A
Nintendo?
PS1, right? Is that a PS1? I don't know. I never had a
I don't
PS1.
know if it's. It looks kind of like a PS1 and sort of like a Super Nintendo, and also like a few, and also like a radio for some reason. But it's cute. I like the woot. Thank you so much for the super chat. Obviously, she sent another one as well. 279. Thank you so much. My goodness, sorry. We had, I love when I did that, and I looked at Josh, and he's just like,
man. What does Lee say here? Lee says, if Piccolo just throws Pan into the wild with all the dinosaurs and everything, would Gohan be phased at all, or just be like, yeah, this is fine? I think Gohan would actually be phased. I think he's like, that's his little baby, even though he knows Pan's actually strong.
He's very protective.
Yeah, he's very protective. I think he would be like, yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea, just because you never know what might happen to her. Brian also says, you're a kind-hearted Saiyan who never wanted to fight anyone, but is a force to be reckoned with when you hurt his loved ones. That was followed up by what he said earlier that says, I think Beast fits him perfectly as a character. To be honest, I don't want Gohan to get a new form now. Yeah, I don't think Gohan needs another form. I don't think he needs it at all. Like, I don't want Gohan to ever get another form. He doesn't need another form. Just stay Beast, bro.
Okay.
Stay in your lane. You don't train.
Now listen.
You talk about ants.
You talk about ants. You know what? Maybe. I mean, isn't it cool to know that can happen? That an ant can go.
No.
Okay.
I don't
You're
care.
right. Probably
I do not
right.
care.
But he's like, I don't care. Let me drink that one off. Okay. We do got to get back to it. The last thing I'll say is, is it maybe even possible that Beast is what we're seeing now with Goku and Vegeta, where it can become more of a state of mind, and then you can stack your Super Saiyan as a multiplier? Is that possible? That's something that could happen? You think
it is possible.
Oh, really?
It is possible, just because I think that's how Ultra Ego will go, and Ultra Ego is more of a transformation than Ultra Instinct is, at least currently. Ultra Instinct has always been portrayed as more of a state than a form, always has. Ultra Ego was kind of like implied as a transformation when it first came out, but now it's more like, oh, it could be a state. So I don't know. They might change a few things. They might retcon a few things with Gohan. They might be like, oh, Beast was never actually a form. It's just him going insane. So we're gonna stack this. I don't know. They could do something with that. The transformations thing is endless. I actually want to talk to you quickly about, before we get into like the main juice of the chapter.
Okay.
How'd you think? Okay, let's not talk about the fat Gotenks versus Gohan, because he basically gets like 2-shot after Gohan goes like ultimate. So let's not even talk about that. Let's just talk about Goten and Trunks versus Super Saiyan Gohan. Did you like that fight at all? Because I'm looking at the panel again, and they use the move Cyclone Style Tornado, where and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And then they go double hurricane, like. And I'm like,
bro, when they doubled down, it broke me.
Like, what is happening? What? I can't even speak. What the fuck did I just watch or read?
Oh my gosh.
But I do think something is cool. Something that was cool about this, though, is when he goes ultimate.
Yeah.
That's the first part where they're talking about like him being ultimate.
Yeah.
It's like the fandom. We were pushing for ultimate since we were young. Since we were like this, we were pushing ultimate forever. Let's see here.
It was such It was such a specific.
We were like 7. I love that they call him ultimate. Oh, yeah, there you go. I love that.
That's what I was pointing at the screen.
Like, okay.
Yeah, Lee. Yeah, straight up, he recognized it too.
It sounds like a move from Beyblade. Oh no.
Let her rip.
Pegasus, double hurricane.
Double hurricane.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Yeah, that's what I meant around like it just bugged me that they didn't feel like they had grown up at all.
yeah.
They're just bigger.
And I'm just gonna say this. I'm okay. I don't know if anyone in chat is gonna feel the same way, Mike, and I don't want you to look at me crazy, but I really don't like Goten. I don't like. I'm sorry. Like he's not his own person at all. He's just some like.
I'm sorry.
He's just
Are you
so.
implying that
I don't like Goten.
is the whatever character? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Dude,
Goten
okay.
is just.
We got Future Trunks. Do you understand how stale Kid Trunks is in comparison?
I'll disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. I'll disagree with you because I think Dragon Ball Super Future Trunks is not that good. And the reason why I'll say that is because okay, hold on. Okay, Future Trunks comes back, right? He comes back to Earth. Do you remember that late night conversation? Or it's not really late. I'd say it's like late evening, where the sun's setting down, and Trunks is like there, and the kid Trunks approaches him, and he like slaps the shit out of him, or whatever. I'm like, yeah, our Trunks when he gets to his age is gonna be like Dragon Ball Z Future Trunks, because the Super Trunks that we got was not the Future Trunks I saw in the Cell Saga. I'll tell you that much. That was not no Future Trunks from Cell Saga, bro. The one we got in the Goku Black Arc was full on fucking pussy, bro. He was ass, dude. He was poorly written in the Goku Black. He was not even the MVP in the Goku Black Arc, by the way. He was probably like the 6th or 7th. Honestly, I'm gonna go out and say it. Bulma played more of a part in that arc with her coming to with her
birthing Trunks, basically
more than Future Trunks. Yes,
yeah, okay.
Future Trunks got this bullshit anger fucking transformation thing just to get it, just to be like, oh, we need to stall some time. It's like, bro, it sucked. Like it literally sucked. Goten is meh. Thank you. Goten is the type of person that fastens the strap on the Wii remote. There you go. What does that even mean? Goten is only there for Trunks, and Gohan is not going to be best friends with an 8-year-old when he's 18. Exactly. Welcome, Nick Quavo. Goten just exists. Nothing more. Sabini says, bro, I'm assuming it's the thing. Yeah, Jirobe carried Trunks. I mean, yeah, like, and the thing is, too, Mike, is Goku Black Arc is actually, like...
Okay.
The manga is really good. Future Trunks is not the reason why that arc is good. Goku Black is the reason why it's good. Goku is the reason why it's good. Vegeta is the reason why it's good.
I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree. Listen, Trunks, I wouldn't go as far to say that he was like the defining factor of it. I wouldn't say that. I don't think of him in that as I think of Gohan against Cell, but I do feel strongly about Trunks's like showing there. Like I love that it was basically him that gets to beat him. I thought he had faced so much trauma, seeing his community, his loved ones, everyone, right? And for him to get that power and to use it to just like boom, right? Like it, to me, that was like such a powerful moment, right?
Yeah.
And so I loved it. I felt like he wore that a lot. Obviously, like the same Future Trunks we get kind of goes through something similar in the Cell Saga. But we get him like fresh off a battle with Frieza. He's like in battle mode. Like he's not wearing his shit right now. And then we don't see him for a while until Android Saga.
I'm just gonna say something before we because I know we're just going on like a little tangent here, but it's okay. We always do that. But I will just say quickly, I think Future Trunks in the Goku Black Arc is the second worst character in the arc.
Bro, I thought I was scoring some points here with my TED Talk, and then you just come out and you go, okay, cool. By the way, it's still like the second worst thing ever.
I think the worst character in the Goku Black Arc, funny enough, is actually Zamasu. So like Zamasu, I know Goku Black is Zamasu, but he he is and he isn't. Like it's a completely different character in a sense in terms of dialogue. So the Zamasu that we get in body form, his dialogue is a lot more divine. He speaks in bigger words and stuff. It was cringe to me. I didn't really like it. I do like the VA though. The VA is cool. The voice actor. The Goku Black character is the best character in my opinion in the Zamasu arc or Goku Black arc, and then it's Goku. To me, I think Goku actually, when he gets angry and pissed the fuck off in that arc, and then you know me, you know how much I love Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I think he has the best Super Saiyan Blue. I mean, you only get him in Vegeta, but I think he has the better Super Saiyan Blue look, and I like how he acts. And I like how his voice definitely changes a bit too. James Marsters, yeah, it is. The Immortal Zamasu. Yeah, and then we get Merge Zamasu, which is kind of like shit. But yeah, Goku Black is the reason why the arc is very good. Goku as well, and then Vegeta. I think those three are the major. And I do think Bulma, that's the last arc we've gotten since that Bulma was like, yo, let's go. Like Bulma was getting like brownie points. She was great in that
whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
She was so like getting the rough instructions and having to like put together a time machine was like, bro, that was epic.
That was sick, yeah.
And that was like the starting point of like those three little shits like starting to become part of it. And the whole time I was like, yo, I hope they just join because they're kind of cute and they're cool.
Yeah. That's true. How did we get to this tangent? I was talking about how Goten.
I was trying to defend Kid Trunks. Or no, I was trying to bash on Kid Trunks, and then
you were bashing Kid Trunks, and because I bashed Goten. I think Goten is just a. Okay, you know what it is though, Mike? My thing with Goten is like Kid Trunks is to me leading into the Dragon Ball Z kind of future Trunks that we got. In my opinion,
but he
that's
hasn't
the one
gone through that shit. Like he hasn't had to go.
No, I get that.
Do you think unless you believe that's gonna happen?
Yeah. I think his involvement here is going to get him there. I do agree. That's the biggest criticism I have of Kid Trunks is he doesn't know what his future self had to go through.
Exactly.
Like future Trunks arguably has had the most pain and suffering, even more than Kid Goku. And it hurts me to say that because Kid Goku to me is the best written character in all of Dragon Ball. I think Kid Goku is still better written probably than Vegeta. I think it's close. It's very close. But like you could debate it. But like I think he's gone through way more trauma than even Kid Goku. And Kid Goku went through a shit ton. I mean, Krillin's first death in Dragon Ball, Grandpa Gohan's death, right? You know, dealing with, you know, having that prized possession in his Dragon Ball, but having to give it to Bulma. That was not easy for someone like Kid Goku, who that's the only thing he had of Grandpa Gohan left that he cherished, right? And then going through this whole story and meeting all these new people, Jackie Chun losing, and that kind of hurt Goku in a way that's like, you're not supposed to lose. Jackie Chun? Really? That's crazy. You know, stuff like that. But yeah, we get, you know, future Gohan dying, him, the whole thing. And I get it. That's great criticism on Kid Trunks. But I think the way Kid Trunks acts only now is the only time I haven't really liked him as much in this like Saiyaman Walmart shit that we're talking about. That's the only part I don't really like. But before this whole Saiyaman bullshit, I do like Kid Trunks' attitude. I do. I genuinely do. And Goten for me, it's hard. It's not necessarily Goten's fault. It's really hard to stick to Goten because you have Goku and you have Gohan already. Whereas Vegeta, everyone's gonna like Trunks more easily than Goten because Vegeta's only son is Trunks, right? I mean, you could say he has two with future Trunks. That's fair. But, you know, the only one that we have now in present day is just Trunks. So
True.
That's how I feel about it personally.
I think I do think we're gonna get a lot of progression with them, and it's gonna be cool, and we're gonna love it. So that's cool, and we're excited for that. But what we need to now get our minds back on, is chapter 102, and so I mean, let's be real. Like last thing you already said it. Yeah, they fuse. It's disappointing. They're fat Gotenks. Yeah. And it was very forgettable. They like miss one punch and then Gohan just ends them in one hit. So that was that. And then Goku steps in.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, let's go out. All out. Right now. Off the bat. No cards on the table, bro. I'm going Master to Ultra. you're going whatever the you did.
They don't even know at that time.
Yeah, he's like, whatever the heck you did, you're doing this right now. You're doing this right now. And he does it, and it is a really cool visual, right, Josh? Like, tell me, what was your reaction when you saw Gohan go beast in that fight?
In the MUI versus Beast Gohan, right?
Right.
The best part about it, okay, I wouldn't say the best part, because the fight isn't long, right? It's only like 4 or 5 pages. The coolest part of the fight was the charge up to Beast, and then Goku and Vegeta's reaction to when he transforms. Like Vegeta's like, oh, and then Goku's, because it would, and before people start scaling it like this way, do you know there's a thing in the anime community, Mike? It's called sweat scaling. Have you ever heard of that? So,
is that like when someone's sweating?
Yeah. So, like, for example, Vegeta and Goku sweating here, some people will be like, oh, that means Beast Gohan is stronger than both of them.
Oh, that's extreme.
I'm serious. That's a thing. People do this. This is something that literally happens. People do this shit all the time.
I think it's something to take into context for sure. I think it suggests that he's in their ballpark. Like, yeah. That's
I think it
means.
was more shocked that he got to ultimate to that form. That's the thing. I don't think they were worried. I don't think they were scared. I think they were like, oh, this is, like, for example, Vegeta's like sweating. He's like shocked. This is Beast form? Like, because you got to understand something. He went from Ultimate Gohan, who could barely beat Dispo, barely, by the way, who needed Frieza's cage to actually beat him, right? Okay, actually, it's based off manga.
But this is a different Gohan. Kefla. Like, Gohan's been training. Like,
completely.
This is why it would have been awesome if they fused successfully, because then we would have gotten a proper idea of, like, how strong right now is Super Saiyan Gohan, how strong right now is Ultimate Gohan, and then of course we already know Beast is crazy. Let's discover it. But like, I would have loved to see where Gohan truly is right now through Gotenks, sorry, and then then go into like, hey, let's start fighting Goku, and maybe we got the blue ball experience. Excuse my language. Of not actually getting Goku at all in this thing. Like, we go there and then, hey guys, you start off, and then the whole thing is just Gotenks versus Gohan, and at the end they stretch. Don't give us them jumping around like grasshoppers for like 6-7 pages. It's just like what? I don't need that. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And like Beerus being pissed off that his planet's being like, bro, whatever. You'll find another one.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of get it. Like, if you have your peace and quiet, and then Goku brings like 6 more or 5 more people, whatever. Just quickly in chat
sweaty
here,
Saiyans.
Lee says Vegeta actually seemed worried. Like, damn, someone overtook me again. Interesting. Brian actually disagrees, and he says Vegeta was more surprised than anything. That's how I feel about it. Lee thinks it's like, why does this keep happening to me, kind of thing. So like the Dragon Ball Z Vegeta that we got, while manga Gohan beat Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Yeah, exactly. I was actually getting into that. And Dispo is faster than Hit. That's technically not true. In the beginning of the Dispo versus Hit fight, Dispo is faster than Hit. But progressively, when that fight kept going on, Hit was getting, his time skip was going further. And that's why, I mean, Mike knows this. I'm a huge Hit fan because of how strong he potentially could be, even now. By the way, he can still be a lot stronger. As long as he keeps fighting strong opponents, his power is limitless.
Yeah.
I really want to get to a topic here, Mike, and I think it's really, really interesting.
Okay.
I think, so Beerus says here, and it really makes me happy, because this is the thing that was really exciting. I'm trying to find the page here real quick. Where is it? It's Beerus basically saying, so this is Goku's best form, right? And we see Goku going into Mastered Ultra Instinct. And I said this in my chapter 101. Yeah, my chapter 101 discussion. The one that you weren't there for, when I was actually talking about the chapter by myself on the live stream. And I said, TUI was always a side grade. It was never a actual upgrade for Goku. It was just him being in his true emotions during the time, right? That's all it really was, and it helped him in his battle against Granola, or against Gas and shit, right?
So you think it was a
That doesn't
sidestep, not a
I think it's a
commitment?
side. Yes, I do. I do think it was a sidestep. I think Master Ultra Instinct is still his better overall form, and it's basically confirmed here. Like I don't think anyone's could debate now that TUI is stronger. Like Goku literally goes full out. They literally specify let's go all out. Then he goes to MUI. He doesn't go to TUI. Then Beerus also says, "Oh, so this is the strongest form." We's kind of there, yeah, blah blah blah, and then they're fighting. So I think now we're implying that TUI was a situational thing in the Granola arc that happened, which is cool. I do like situational stuff. That's fine.
Yeah.
I actually really like that.
I see what you're saying. I agree with that as well. But I also see another truth that sees it like, I mean, like let's recall a couple moments. So Vegeta literally says, "Oh, you found a way to." He either acknowledged it or he says it to Goku in the beginning. "Oh, you found a way to stack it and make it stronger, like by stacking up your, like by going up, by being a Super Saiyan." He says something to that degree.
Yeah.
Goku has this like realization, like if they don't do it, like as you suggest, I think they completely under Granola arc just serves to be a whatever moment in time. But if it expands this way,
Yeah.
and this Broly moment isn't just like a Broly, this Bardock moment in this Goku, like hopefully, potentially character development, and kind of becoming more aware of what it means to be a Super Saiyan or a Saiyan, I guess more so. I think it's cool. Like I'd love for them to explore that more and making it more like raw and maybe somehow, doing something that way. But I could also see it, your way as well.
Yeah, I think it's still. I mean, I personally don't think there's much debate for it, just because we have two instances in this chapter alone that kind of implies that MUI is stronger. But
But also, like, he
sometimes.
doesn't even know what he's doing yet on the other side. Like, he just made that realization. He knows what Mastered Ultra Instinct is.
Yeah, but he does go through that realization when he goes into TUI. He literally says it during their fight before they fight Gas.
Okay, true. Okay.
That's the only thing, right? Again, I still think there could be a debate depending on, let's say, after this, he's like, okay, maybe this isn't the form I need to master, and then he hops into TUI. He's like, maybe I might be weaker now, but let's keep fighting, and I'll get stronger than MUI. I don't know, right? We don't know that. We don't know if that's probably what happens.
Right.
But I think another thing that's cool that I really liked about this chapter is the Broly. I think Broly mentions like, oh, they can all go Super Saiyan or whatever against the Goten Trunks part, and then Whis like, yeah, everyone on Earth can go Super Saiyan, and then Broly, poor guy, can't even transform right now willingly. I find that so funny.
I know. That was pretty funny.
Really,
That was a
yeah.
really cool acknowledgement, too. There's something about
Yeah.
being on Earth.
There is one panel I do want to say I did not like.
What's that?
I don't want to be that guy, but there's like a panel where Goku is like blocking, and then Gohan has like his leg all the way up and like chopping down on him, but it just doesn't look well drawn, so it kind of just looks like he has his leg up, and Goku is just like doing this, and I'm just like, yeah, this looks kind of awkward. Like this doesn't look like there's been an impact. It kind of just looks like one picture here, one picture here.
Yeah, Goku's just like helping him stretch.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a bit awkward. I think if executed well, it could have been really, really cool.
Lee says, "Oh, I love that panel."
Oh, that's awesome. What else should we discuss real quick here?
Okay, so how about like a little bit of what do we think we're getting in the next manga? Because ultimately, it's just we don't get that much. I kind of suggested it earlier. Like it's just like lines for a lot of panels suggesting that they're like on par and like keeping up with each other, but there's not a lot going on. So hopefully we get something in the next one. And what I want to ask you, Josh, is do you think the next issue is going to be fully dedicated to a fight between them, or do you think it's going to be Beerus right off the bat being like, get the heck off my planet, and then it's just done?
You know, I think because at the end of it, it's like a wasteland, except for the Whis shield.
So true.
I don't think the fight is going to be that long. I don't. And that's why I think everyone predicted it was going to be a sparring match, which, you know, doesn't usually last long. It's not like too serious. Now, they are serious in terms of forms, but they may not be super serious in terms of like impact on like per punch, like on, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Like they're probably not going to spam Kamehamehas and special beam cannons at each other, right? Or else this planet is literally gone off of like a flick of like Goku's Kamehameha, right? It's a very small planet.
That's a weird way to put it, but yeah, you know, the flick of a Kamehameha. It just sounded dirty. I don't know. I didn't know
like,
someone could make a Kamehameha sound dirty, but you did.
Hey,
My
yeah,
goodness.
I mean, why not? Imagine he's like
Flick
Kamehameha, then that'd be pretty funny.
Oh man, I could totally see Goten or Trunks doing that. It'd be like, here's my new move. Picks their nose. Yeah.
So I will say what I think is gonna happen. I don't think there's gonna be okay. Here we go. Okay, this is my swing
Oh,
for next
boy.
chapter.
We love swinging here at the Dragon Ball Fan Podcast. So if you're in it, buckle up. 'Cause
Okay.
Sky is about to cook. What is it?
Okay, so after I say this, I want W's or L's in chat. Okay, for this.
I can't wait to see. I hope it's. I don't know which one it is.
It's probably all L's, bro. So I think what's gonna happen here is in the end of this chapter, we get "Quit Wrecking My Planet" by Beerus, right? And he actually looks really furious, and Whis is kind of just like whatever, right? The laugh that he does. I think Gohan and Goku are actually gonna like keep destroying the planet, and they're gonna go all out. And I think Beerus is gonna fucking one-shot them both. I think he's gonna get between them, and he's gonna fucking get their heads, and he's gonna bash them to the ground. He's like, "I said that's enough," and that's like how that will conclude. Now, I don't think he's doing it like he's gonna do it like in a vicious way to like get them like stopping. But then I don't think that he's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm gonna like try to kill you now." I think he should be like, "Yo, just I told you to stop, so stop." I think that's what's gonna happen, and the only reason why I think that is because we keep getting retcons of Beerus, like in terms of how strong he is. You know, in Battle of Gods, he was using what 70% of his power only in Super Saiyan God, which would mean by Super Saiyan Blue, at least Kaioken, Goku should be able to do that.
Wait, is it for sure 70% was what it
in
was?
the Battle of Gods movie? Yeah, which got retconned, which means that got changed later on because by the time Goku turns Super Saiyan Blue, he should be stronger than that 30% gap after he fought in Super Saiyan God. So that doesn't make sense. And then and then Kaioken should definitely beat Beerus at that point. But then we see Master Ultra Instinct isn't even stronger than Beerus, right? And you also got to understand something too, is the manga Beerus is completely different than the anime Beerus. Completely different. In the manga, he actually fights all gods of destruction. Yes, it wasn't too serious. But again, narratively, what are they trying to show us here? He was against all of the gods of destruction. Sure, he ends up getting caught, but you would think so when he's up against that many. They pinned him against all these other ones. Seems kind of weird. It's kind of like they're implying that he is the strongest. And like I said, I do think Quitella, the rat, is the second strongest because I think what Toyotaro and Toriyama are doing they're doing that correlation with mouse and mice, mouse and cat. And Beerus is a cat, Quitella is a mouse. So I think they're 1 and 2. I think Beerus is the strongest, and then Quitella is the second strongest. I think that's how they're doing it, like Tom and Jerry kind of thing. So I think that's why. That's why I think they're 1 and 2, and the rest is kind of whatever. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Beerus is gonna show like a huge, crazy amount of energy, and he's gonna like stomp on them both. And then that's where scaling comes back into play. It's like, is Black Frieza really stronger than Beerus? I don't think so. Because I don't think so. I think Black Frieza obviously poses the biggest threat to Beerus. And I think he probably has to go like 95 to 100% against Black Frieza. I don't think he's losing to Black Frieza, though. No way. No fucking way.
Okay, but can I say something? Here's my issue. How strong, realistically, is Super Saiyan God? Because, like, for Black Frieza to beat Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego
MUI
Vegeta,
too. Yeah.
okay? Let's think about how much stronger a mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is than Super Saiyan God Goku. Because we saw that in the Tournament of Power. So,
Yeah.
Goku...
Well, a completely different one.
Goku at Mastered Ultra Instinct, if Beerus was at 70% power, my prediction is that Goku already is stronger than
No,
Beerus.
but you're not listening. I said Beerus got retconned many times already.
Oh.
Which means, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Whereas, like, when the movie came out in 2013, it was at 70%. But when he gets Ultra Instinct, the first one, so Omen Ultra Instinct, Beerus is kind of like, oh, we got Ultra Instinct. Like, yo, that's good. Like, he's getting those levels. And then MUI, people were saying, even in the anime, which I didn't even get this, they were saying, like, he was scared. I think he was just kind of like, damn, like, he's getting this strong. Like, he had that grin. He was almost like he wanted to be happy, but he's also like shit. Like, he's getting there. He's getting to those levels, right? Because you got to understand something. This is a god of destruction who has Ultra Instinct. Now, it is not mastered, but we have never seen someone so far that is all about destruction, but yet can dodge peacefully like an angel. Now, again, not mastered, that's fine. But the fact that he can even branch into those two routes is crazy. Like, it's already insane. It just shows the kind of level that Beerus truly is at. And I think in the manga, and this is why I always say this, I do think Dragon Ball Super manga is... Now, I know a lot of people like to say, like, Dragon Ball Super isn't that great. You know, it's nothing like Z and stuff. And, you know, I always tell people, I'm like, if the anime just seems a little, like, clusterfuck in terms of the scaling, it, like, for you... Now, for me, it is a bit absurd sometimes, but it's still enjoyable. But I do say, if you're a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, I would recommend the manga, at least. Because the manga does feel a lot better in the scaling department. And Beerus is one of the biggest ones. He's always the one that's like, oh, we're moving the Beerus, how strong he is goalposts. It's always going further and further away, just so that he's still part of the story. But I think in the manga, they haven't had to do that as much. And now I don't know if that's a hot take in the community, but I really do think Beerus's power scaling has been a lot more consistent in the manga than it has in the anime. I genuinely do. I do think he's always been this strong in the manga. I think it's always been implied that he's been at least close to this strong in the manga. Whereas in the anime, it's kind of like, oh no, Super Saiyan God. After Super Saiyan Blue times 20, Goku. If Goku was Super Saiyan Blue times 20 in the movie in 2013, Beerus is getting rocked. Like it's like a mid difficulty fight at that point. But he's not that strong, and you know they had to change it over and over. So that's why I think Black Frieza versus Beerus. That's why, you know, we did our predictions last 2 weeks ago for like the Black Frieza and Beerus thing, and you each actually agreed that you think it's gonna happen, and I think that would be like internet, like, yo, everyone's like waiting for it on like Viz Media. Viz Media crashes. Yeah, it'd be crazy. For sure.
We actually did a poll on Instagram, and we wanted to see, like, what was the overall satisfaction like from people who watched Dragon Ball Super. And I gotta say, it was pretty good. It, like, there was nothing below like a 65-ish%. Everything was pretty much like maybe a couple around there.
Which poll?
This is on Instagram, and we basically did like a pull it like a, you know, like out 1 to 10, how much did you like it, kind of thing, and you pull the emoji, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right, and so the overall satisfaction level was high. Like, I mean, it's not like we're pulling in thousands of people, but like from the voices that did speak up, I saw that you and me actually both voted pretty similarly without looking, I think, at each other's things. Like,
yeah, I just did it a bit before, like about I would say it would be like an
like
80 to 80 to 85,
exactly.
85, 90.
Yeah, exactly. And I was in that same area with you. Like we really enjoyed it, and I think Tournament of Power really, really sealed it. But yeah, Josh, I want to know from you now, right? Like,
sure.
We talked about what's probably going to happen in the next issue.
Well, you didn't. Maybe we go with that.
This is true.
What do you think?
But the issue
Let's
is,
see your swing.
see now, I can't see it any other way. You've put together a great theory. Okay, let me put this on it.
Oh, sorry. Before you start, Mike, I just want to say, if anyone else in the chat has something you think will happen next chapter, also post that. We'll talk about that. I know there's been a lot of messages that we have missed. Just letting you guys know, I know where that starts. We will actually read this in just a bit. We're just gonna hear Mike's side or his little swing, and then we'll go back to the chat. So keep chatting, no worries.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, really, just to like jump off of a part that you were talking about with like Beerus grabbing both Gohan and Goku and then just pulling them to the ground, facing the ground, eat it, right? Yeah. I would love for Goku to turn that into like an invite to a group friend like sprawl session and just like swing out and then kick him in the back of the head, and then Gohan to be like, okay, let's play with dad and his friend, and then they just start going, and then like for it to actually start turning into something. And then we know Beerus, like, he is kind of childish. He started the whole reason we got Battle of Gods because he didn't get yogurt. Let's be real.
Or pudding, yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, same shit.
You're like, oh no, it's a different similar substance. Yeah, no, for real, it was pudding. But yeah, so I thought that was really, really funny. Okay, but let's read the chat a little bit. Did I finish my point? I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You just talked about pudding.
Oh, shut up! I didn't just talk about pudding.
Yeah, you were just saying.
I know I talked about pudding, but it's not all I talked about. I know what I talked about, Josh. Do you want me to tell you what I talked about? I talked about Beerus pulling those two kids to the ground, being like, you eat that shit. And then Goku being like, hey, let's all jump in the ball pit together. And then we get a little like sprawling. Beerus is having a good time because we know the whole reason he went to find Goku really to begin with was he wanted someone to play with. He wanted someone to fight with. He starts having a good time facing off against these two guys. We do get potentially one heck of a fight between Beast Gohan and Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku.
I like it. And just before we get into chat here, I just want to mention one quick thing that will take less than 30 seconds here. I do think another swing I have is there's one character we did not talk about in this chapter. That's very, very important.
Captain
and I think he's gonna fight. I think he's gonna fight Beast Gohan after Goku, and I think it's a Lemo.
Yo.
I think Lemo will be Ultra Instinct.
Bro, he's going to take off his cap. He's going to have a white buzz cut.
Oh, gosh.
Yo, we need Gerald in the chat to give us... What's his name again?
Oh, Lemo and the dinosaur. Fusion.
Oh, now you're asking. I mean, I'd love to see it. But at the very least, Lemo with an Ultra Instinct buzz cut would be pretty amazing as well.
That'd be sick, yeah.
We will obviously pull it up on the next Dragon Ball fan podcast. We love Yo, guys, Gerald is sick. Okay, Gerald, let us know in the chat if you actually like. Josh, I'm not too familiar. Do you like make content on YouTube? Because we gotta plug you somehow. your shit is awesome. You're so
Yeah.
talented, dude. And even the one he posted recently that's like of his like avatar, his like kind of character. I love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
duck thing is so sick.
Yeah, it is. It's cool.
Yeah, we'll have to pull that up on the VOD.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Okay, so where we stopped reading was the that's actually a W or a Yes Please by Gerald. It was my swing for the Beerus thing.
Okay.
And Gerald says it was a W. Brian said it was a W, and an L at the same time. I don't know what he meant by that, but Lee said, "Oh, I think he will do it in a vicious way." So Beerus has no chill. I think that's kind of a W. I'd say I'm gonna take that as a W. Brian says, but imagine how many people would be mad if we got blue balled the winner. True, but I don't think there's gonna be a winner. I always said that. I don't think there's gonna be a winner. I think there's gonna be no conclusion. He went 2 levels of range, but not getting pudding. Yeah, Super Saiyan God is probably equal to Res of F Golden Frieza level, roughly. Kind of. Incomplete, maybe. Incomplete. Super Saiyan God. If Vegeta had Super Saiyan God before Super Saiyan Blue in the Res of F, then yes, because Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku in Res of F. Lee says it makes sense, Gerald. Are Broly's okay? So I think this is Lee's swing for the next chapter. Are Broly's friends still there? If one of them gets hit by stray blast, we could see Broly getting involved. Dude, imagine Chilai gets hit. Oh no, but Chilai won't get hit because Beerus loves Chilai. See, that's the thing, right? Chilai, bro. Chilai is Beerus's ride or die.
Yo, like they haven't touched on that in a while.
I know. I mean, it's been since the movie, right?
I mean, like it might be time to like suggest something. What if she gets like hit by accident and then he has like a Vegeta don't hit my Bulma kind of shit, and then he just goes off.
Dude.
I want to see that a form that looks. I want to see Beerus go off in a way that's not just like I don't know, it's just a cat fighting Goku. Like I want like in Kakume, how Beerus has that form that kind of looks like Toppo's like diamonds and shit. Like
right at the end of the fight.
Oh,
yeah,
that was fire.
Read Kakume. Just saying.
Yo, we got that. Chapter 3.
Yeah.
Just came out as a VOD. I'd say check that out if you haven't. If you haven't, I'm gonna guilt you into saying that like if you don't love us. I'm joking.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, like, yeah, the VODs are good though because you don't have to like pull up the live anymore. You just, go to chapter 1, read it with us if you'd like, and then go to chapter 2, or you can just read it by yourself and then come to and see our reactions after. You can kind of skip ahead and see. But yeah, chapters 4 and 5 will be out on Thursday, so that's just a little plug. We'll be doing that live, of course. We do it live at the Manga Lookout. So I'm excited for that too. Chapter 4 and 5 of Dragon Ball Kakume. Beerus will throw hands for pudding, for real.
Now,
if he's throwing hands for pudding, he's going to be throwing hands for Chilai's pudding. That's all I'm saying.
100%. Now, here's what I'm going to do here, folks. What we're going to do here.
Are you pulling them up? You pulling it up, right?
I'm pulling it up, fam. I'm not going to say that anymore.
Do not, please.
I won't. I promise.
Please don't.
Stop. We are going to pull up the leaderboards, but what I first wanted to show y'all is look how sick this thing is, this post here. This is like Mystic Gohan in different anime styles, and I thought that was badass because at the bottom there's a Danny Phantom, and like wow, that's fire. Oh really? Yeah, I like the. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah, well, I don't know what Devilman is. Yeah, it's for real. Okay, so let me put that away. We got. Let me just make sure it's showing up. Okay, it is. I want to go down the ranking. We're gonna start doing this every single Dragon Ball fan podcast. We're gonna pull up the legit ranking. I'm gonna refresh the page right now. You can see it. This is up to date right now as of 8:44 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, we got Skylances at first place. I can hear you. Oh, no, that could be happening. Hold on. That's true, because this scene might not have you. Hold on. You know what I'm going to do?
Face to face and bar to
Intro. Oops.
face to face and bar to bar. I learned to.
All right, see, there's the 5, 6, 7 issues right there. We just got it out right there.
Cool.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it right here. Add source. Watch.
Dude, I've messaged 1.6 times. 6K.
Are you serious?
Very.
Bro, you're a legend. Okay. I'm going to make this look all pretty.
Poor free worker. Dude has 308, but he's 5th.
I know.
He has the second most.
But he's still a legend, though.
Oh, of course. And he's paid now. He's not a free worker no
The
more.
man literally updated his Discord name.
Yeah. I was gonna do it for him. I was like, yo, you need to update it. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do it for him. I was gonna message him and be like, yo, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
And then I just right after I messaged, I didn't realize it was already, I think he already did it, even though I was replying to him. I didn't realize it. I was like, oh, it's the paid worker now. I'm like,
Yo,
oh,
that was
cool,
sick.
cool.
That was sneaky. I like how he didn't like call attention to it. He just did it. It was cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so sorry. Go
No
ahead.
one's coming close to me. Nobody. Like, it's not even close. I'm gonna be probably 24 by today or tomorrow.
Okay, relax, because I have some faith in some of these guys. Some of these guys that join one day and then the next day they're level 6 or 7. I'm like, get what?
Some of them join the tier list and they get the XP from there too, though.
And here's what I'll say as we get into the leaderboards. This is the last week, probably, and it's not that I'm not going to be around. If you join the Discord, you'll see me around. I'm there. I'm always around. But probably the last
Top
week
10.
I'm in the top 10 because so I love y'all. Y'all are like in it. And I'm like, yo, this is sick. Every time I get in, I'm like, oh, cool. I got tons to play with here. Let me just see what everyone's doing, what everyone's saying. I've been seeing some Xenoverse love recently. I'm getting stoked to jump in the game with some of y'all. But let's look at the list here because, yeah, again, definitely the last time I'm showing up. We got Skylances at number 1. Also, he's our Super Saiyan right now. All right. He is. Hey, you're close.
Super Saiyan. I'm
close-ish to
iconic.
Super Saiyan 2.
Unfortunately, when I get to Super Saiyan 2, I won't be as iconic as Super Saiyan, but that's a discussion for another
It's
time.
okay to be wrong. So in second place, we got Toby. Oh man, the man's been winning events.
Yeah, he has.
He has,
and he's one off to being our first Z fighter other than the GOAT.
Yeah, he's killing it. We also got Lucian.
Brian.
That's Brian. Okay, we got Brian. 5-3. We got. I don't know why I started reading out the rest of it for some reason. Brian's been killing it too. We got Gerald. Man, that guy's a legend. The free worker. He ain't the free worker no more. He's paid. We got Noun at 6th place. We got Jay Lightyear at 7th place. We got Aspex at 8th place. What?
Aspects.
Aspext. I don't know. Like that's what it says. What's his name, man?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, that's what it shows up. The man picked it. What do you want me to say? You know what I mean? That's a different show. All right, we got at number 9, unchecked, and at number 10, your co-host Kizer. How y'all doing?
True.
So, as we start wrapping up the show, I think, this has been a fantastic episode. I've had a lot of fun with you, Josh, and with you all in the chat. I wanna start talking a little bit about, what is some of the stuff that we want to start building towards, stuff that's been suggested. And one thing that we can confirm is that me and Josh both have solidified teammates to go up in a head-to-head in Goku versus Vegeta. What is the record? It is going to be a debate for the ages. All right.
Best Dragon Ball debate you'll see.
So we will have dates. We will have lead-up content. And I'll tell you this, it's going to be a good time. And I can't wait to have Josh at the end, because let's not forget, we put a wager. The wager was the other has to say, no, wait, no, that's never mind. That's for our Sparking Zero stream. By the way, when Sparking Zero comes out, we will also have a stream. We're going to have a multi-hour event. We're going to have drafts. We're going to have gaming tournaments where me and Josh will eventually, to cap off the whole Goku versus Vegeta saga we got going on here right now, we will have Goku versus Vegeta versus the different eras, the different sagas, the different versions of them, right? We're going to have that going on. What is the total record? Whoever loses has to look in the camera, straight face, and say, Goku is the better fighter.
And we'll put that as a short too, by the way.
That's right. That's right. So
we'll put it as a short.
That is that, but we will have a Goku versus Vegeta. What is the record? Josh is trying to suggest it's 3-0. I'm here to tell you guys. I'm not
even if it's not three, it's at least 2. But I'm still gonna fight for 3. If I can't fight for 3, I'm gonna fight for 2.
So let me tell you something, Josh.
Yeah.
I've consulted with my partner, and we feel that we have a pretty solid case for Goku having the lead. So you better prepare yourself.
Hold on. No. We're not ending the stream yet. Hold the fuck up. You think Goku is ahead in the record?
Let me tell you, baby. I don't think I know.
What strain is it?
Strain? Let me tell you. It's Kamehameha. I'm gonna whoop your ass up and down that stream, my guy. I just turned this WWE for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe we don't do this, but oh man.
Bro, this is okay. If you're just gonna say, yeah, it's like max 1-0, sure. Goku has never, ever, and he will never will beat Vegeta. In adult Goku will never beat him in character. He will never beat him in strength. He will never beat him in literally anything. The only thing Goku has is that he's got plot because he's the MC. And Toriyama and Toyotaro love Goku.
Everybody gets plot. Vegeta gets plot. Or Krillin gets plot. Roshi gets plot. Everybody gets plot. Bro.
Vegeta is 3-0. It's fine. You're going to get cooked. You and Jovian are going to get cooked.
We ain't even settling for a tie. We're going for the dub. Me and Jovian, the Jubeijin. We have a strong case. So you guys better join us on the Discord. I'm not even going to let this man talk. You better join us in the Discord. I don't know if I got the... listen, the link, if it's not in there, it's going to be in there. Guys...
It's also in our home screen.
Josh is dropping it right now. Join. We are going to announce the dates when me and Josh and our partners go up against each other. Josh has got Toby. Toby, the legend, the man in second place, the man that's almost a Z fighter in the Discord. This man he's a big deal. Let me say this. So I'm excited to have him in here.
Oh, all I'm going to say before we go is if your whole argument is that Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Vegeta, Goku had Super Saiyan 3 in his back pocket, that doesn't matter at all. Like, it literally does not matter because it never happened, 1, and 2. Even if it did happen, Vegeta would literally progressively still beat Super Saiyan 3 if he does not KO Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. We went over this. Super Saiyan 3 is more of a detriment to your body than it is a benefit. You're gonna lose the debate, Mike. I'm telling you right now, it's over, bro. It's you know what's funny?
Do you understand?
This is like a storyline. You're speaking WWE. Hold on. This is like a WWE storyline. You're gonna get cooked in WrestleMania.
Okay.
You're cooked.
Okay. Well, let me take you to Raw, baby. Because what I'm about to say is that Goku is the champ. And I had a real strong point. Let me tell you.
Oh. If you guys have not joined the event yet, in the Discord. We are doing top 15 Universe 6 saga that goes with angels. Any character you saw in the anime for the Universe 6 arc can be used in the tier list. We will be announcing only the winner, not the top 3, not the top 10, not the whole leaderboards. We'll only be announcing the winner at the end of Thursday's stream. Then, leading to the end of the stream, I will be going on Discord and I'll be doing the rankings of where everyone was placed after I do the leaderboards on announcements. So stay tuned for that. Again, if you guys have any questions about future tier lists, if you have any recommendations for future tier lists, make sure to ping me on Discord or Kizer. We don't care. You can ping us, no problem. Just ping us on Discord and we will respond to you as soon as possible.
We have to hit off those last few comments in the chat. Now,
Sure.
I love what Brian Lopez is saying here. Okay. We do need someone to decide who's right. We need a jury. And I'm seeing Brian Lopez raising his arm here.
Okay.
I believe he can be an unbiased
neutral.
guy, but we need at least 3.
We need 3 because we need an odd number for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need either 3 or 5.
3 or 5. So
yeah. But we're growing right now, so we even could get 5 because this debate isn't gonna happen just yet. But when it does happen, because we want it to be something really big.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So if you are someone who's seeing it now, someone who's seeing it later, make sure to put your hand up and you might be part of the panel. The more people we can get to make this a vote in at the end and say, who do you think made the most compelling points? We're going to the courtroom, baby, and we need a jury. So let's see who wants to join us when that happens. Again, if you want to have your voice heard, join us on the Discord. Josh has dropped the link down below. Thank you to all 18 people that jumped into our live today, and we are excited for the next episode of the Dragon Ball Fan Podcast.